Well, hello, Stampers. It's the Pampered Stamper, and welcome to week 3 of Virtual Coffee and a Card. The focus this month is on Nature's Harvest, which is a beautiful stamp set. It's actually a beautiful bundle, complete with dies. And I am pre-recording this video because I'm in the Netherlands right now, and the internet simply doesn't support live streaming. So to give you a better viewing experience, I'm pre-recording, but I will post it to YouTube as a premiere, and what that means is that I can watch it at the same time that you are watching it, so I can comment right along with you. So I kind of really like that idea. And in fact, I might just do that all the time because that's nicer than having someone else watch for comments for me. Not that I've put that in place, but anyway, today we have a really fun card. We're using gold leafing, and if you haven't used this fun product, you just might want to do it afterwards. So be sure that if you're on YouTube that you click on the little bell icon underneath the video. That means that you will get notified when I post a video. And be sure to give me a thumbs up so that we can get some more viewers on YouTube. That's what it's all about, to grow this stamping community. So thanks for joining me today. We're going to get started. I'm going to flip the camera so that we can actually see what we're doing. So here is the card for today. We're using watercolor pencils. We are using this Gilded Leafing. Comes in a pot. It's super light. And I have a plastic container here, which will have a lid on it later. We're going to use that. You'll see how important that is. And then I'm going to be using one of these blending brushes and tear and tape. Now, I thought I had gotten the tear and tape out. I did indeed. Let me tell you a little bit about this card. So this card uses linen paper. Can you see that at all? It's really cool. It has a vintage feel to it. I am using a product that I think might be retired, and it is the Mossy Meadow Braided Linen Trim. So this is all the stuff. So if you have purchased the card kit from me, it's $25 and that includes shipping. Then you will have this envelope with all the neat little stuff in it. And here is our little square of linen paper. Now the thing to know about this is that it has an adhesive backing, but once you take the backing off, it gets quite flimsy in the sense that it loses its shape a little bit, which is how this card was born. That's why it has this gilded frame around it, because my edges were no longer perfectly straight and that was bugging me. And then I thought, oh, this is kind of a cool way to finish this card off. So let's get started. First, we are going to, I think I want to start with the little saying. And this little framelit, I do believe, comes in the Nature's Harvest kit. Let's have a look. Oh, no, it doesn't. Huh. Well, you know what? I will find out where it's from, and I will put it in the notes below the video, okay? So we won't worry about that. I thought I had it all figured out, but you know what? Nah, it's not the way it always goes, is it? So we have this. And we're going to use Old Olive. I think I might have used Mossy Meadow for my original card, but you know what? We're going to switch it up, and I'm going to use Old Olive. So let's get a block. The block is a little bit bigger than it needs to be, but that's what I have on hand. I see that I've ruined my stamp a little bit. Looks like the sticker came off and folded on itself. I'm going to see if I can fix that. It's bugging me a little bit. Well, there. That's better. So there we go. I'm going to just put that in the middle. Maybe I'll zoom in a little bit so you guys can see what I'm doing. That would be nicer, don't you think? There. Let's get that over here. All right. Just a gentle tap, tap, tap. And then just look to make sure that you have everything inked up nicely. Hover over top, center it, and then gently go down. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There. That looks nice. And you know what? It's even darker than my original one. So maybe this is a juicier Old Olive ink pad. I don't know. We're going to close it up. And we're going to put that aside. And now we're going to lay down our linen paper. And we'll get a big block. And put the big daisy stamp set. It's a Rudbeckia daisy, also known as a purple cone flower or echinacea, depending on what color you are going to color your flowers. So I'm going to stamp it with Sahara sand because I want kind of a no-line stamping image. Okay, this is an old ink pad, but it works. I just forget how to open it. How crazy is that? Oh, there we go. Yeah. It's not locked there. It just locked into place. Okay, so tap, tap. And I'm going to do it kind of right in the middle. Down we go, and a nice firm long press. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. And now the fun is about to begin. I'm just going to lay this one beside it so you can see. I'm not sure which watercolor pencils I'm going to use. Back at home, I have them all sitting in one of our wide stamping cases. But this one has the Daffodil Delight in it, and that's kind of the one that I wanted. So I'm going to take Daffodil Delight and Pumpkin Pie, because we might do a little bit of shading. We also need the Early Espresso for the top. I'm not seeing it. Oh yeah, right here. Okay, we've got Early Espresso. And then I need Old Olive, which is this one. Okay. And I'm not sure if we need anything from here. This one has Cherry Cobbler, Flirty Flamingo. It's got crushed curry, so that would be nice. And a Garden Green. I want that one as well. I'm using 2 shades of green. So there's Garden Green. And crushed curry looks more like a brown. Like, I don't know why they... Oh, that's it. Well, guess what? It's not crushed curry. It's Cajun Craze. Here's crushed curry, but it also looks more like a soft suede. So don't be... I have got myself crazy looking for crushed curry because I was looking for a yellow tip. So they don't all make sense. So here we go. We're going to start with the daffodil. And you know, I knew I'd forget something. I forgot a glass with a bit of water, which I kind of need. Well, we'll get started and see how far we go. I only need the water for adding extra grass at the end. What I like about this is that nothing bleeds. It just colors really well. And it reminds me of the cross stitch, the embroidery samplers that were done on linen cloth. And back in the day, in the 1800s, that's what girls did. They had to make these embroidery things. Nobody did any, this is in the upper classes, they didn't work. So to make themselves useful, they did that kind of thing, and then you would find them. They would be framed on the walls. There. So now I'm going to add a little crushed curry for depth. And I like the look of this very much. Coloring always makes people get a little bit quiet, and I'm no different. So I have to really think hard when I'm coloring in a video that I need to keep talking to you guys. So I would recommend this. If you don't have these watercolor pencils yet, they are a fantastic addition to your crafting. I really feel badly that I don't. Maybe I can pause this video and I can go get the water. Maybe I can do that. I've never done that with Minicam. I'm using Minicam, and I haven't done that. So now I'm just going a little bit lighter here, because I do want to add a little bit of water to blend this. Let's see. Yes, I can pause it. Okay, I'm going to pause it for a minute. Well, I'm back, so that was pretty handy. It's nice that there's a little pause button. That's absolutely awesome. So, okay, there's always good things. There's always a silver lining to every cloud. Now, I only have an aqua painter. I do not have a regular paintbrush like I do at home. So we'll see how this works. But we're not ready for it yet anyway. We're just going to do the stems. And I'm using here Old Olive. And then we'll add in a little bit of Garden Green. You can see how this is a fairly muted image. It's totally different than what I'm used to, but that's what's so nice about this linen paper. It comes 2 sheets, 2 12 by 12 sheets in a pack. I gave some to my daughter Katrina in Montreal, and I don't think she's had time to play with it yet. But I'm looking forward to what she has to say because she is an artist. She's, well, yeah, I guess I am too. But she's really good. She paints and draws, and she now does pottery. She's really incredible. My daughter Rachel also is good with drawing and painting and pottery, actually. Yeah. There. So now we're going to try and do this with the aqua painter. I'm going to just blend that a little bit, but you don't want to add much. Did you see how that just quickly spread? Don't add a lot because it's fabric, and so I'm just adding a wee little bit. I'm not going to add any to the stems because I don't trust it. I don't want it bleeding too far. There. Now, this is for the grass. This is the scary part. I'm going to do some in Old Olive because it really looks nicer when there's grass around it, and you just have to do this. Be bold. And now I'm going to do some with garden green, but to do that, I want to make it a little bit darker, and I'm going to go right on the tip and make it saturate it a little bit. Let's have a look. Okay. Are we ready? I'm going to just kind of hold it flat. Well, then my hand's in the way. That's not good at all. All right, we're going to do this. So you get a bit of a bolder image. I'm going to do one on the other side too. Or maybe we'll do one just like, and then one, you know, I don't know. This is playing and it's art and they're all going to look different. Maybe I'll do an Old Olive one too. Yeah, see, it's a bit, you know, this is where the sentiment is going to go, so to cover that up a little bit. There. Now we'll do an Old Olive one. Just, I'm going to take this green and get rid of it. And this is where maybe the aqua painter is a little bit wetter than my paintbrush would have been. I'm not sure. There. There. I think my meadow's looking pretty good. I like that. Now, the last thing I want to do is add a few dots. And again, we're going to add a little bit of water to right straight to our... Oh, shoot, look what I did. I got brown on here. That is not cool. Okay, well, I'm going to have to cut another one. So now I'm just dabbing, and because it's wet, it gives me a darker look. Yeah, I like the look of that. It gives it a little bit of a, yeah. And now we're going, I forgot completely to look for the blue. And the blue that I want is going to be Oh my word. Oh God. I think I really screwed up. I thought when I paused my video that I had started it again. So I think that you guys might have missed a whole chunk of my recording. But I don't have any more linen paper with me. So I'm going to walk you through what I did. If I paused on the recording, I put some tear and tape all the way along. And then I put it in my container like this. And then I brushed the gold on. So now I've added a few daubs of the Tombow multi-purpose adhesive, and I'm going to let that dry a little bit. And then I was busy threading this Mossy Meadow linen trim through my lace trim, and I was going to pause it because it was taking too long. And when I hit the pause button, it was already paused. And that's when I realized that something was wrong. So, you know, our best laid plans go awry. So we're just going to have to make the best of it and keep going. So I'm going to pause it while I keep threading this through, and then I'll start it again. Okay? Okay, I'm back. So I threaded the Mossy Meadow braided linen trim through our diamond weave lace ribbon, and it's going to go right at the bottom of our card. So I'm going to take this, and then we're going to take some tear and tape and put it right across. Now, normally I do not like taping my ribbon, and you know, I'm wondering, yeah, you know what we're going to do? We're going to do something else. We're going to put another layer of the gold leafing, and that way, if you missed this part, now you get to see it again. Okay, because that was a really fun part. If that's the part that got missed, I'll be sad. So I'm glad we get to do this extra little bit. Here, your little pokey tool is a fantastic little tool. I'm just flipping that over. And now I'm taking my container and shoving the gold leafing to one end, putting the card back in, and then just laying that on top. See, I'm just giving it a touch with my finger. This stuff is so soft. I like using my fingers for this. And then I just use the brush at the end to give it a final firm. There. There. And you don't want to go overdo it because it's nice to have an actual little bit of layers of that leafing, and that it's not perfectly smooth. You still want it to look like gilded leafing and not like just gold tape. There. It's kind of nice when you look at that and go, oh my goodness. Oh, and look what I actually did as well. I forgot that I had those little daubs of Tombow, so I'm just going to put that on top, and hopefully it'll stick to the sticky spots. It's amazing what a scatterbrain I can be. I get caught up in the moment, and then I forget some little things. And you know what? I know that I'm not the only one out there. Sometimes creative people are a little bit more scattered, and that's okay. Can't control everything in life. There we go. Now I'm going to give it a little flick to get rid of some stuff. I've got some stuff stuck to my fingers now. Yeah. There. See, I kind of like the look that it was in a studio and some paint got spattered, some gold got spattered. So here, we'll move that out of the way. And let me see, my screen went black. Okay, so here we are. Now, right in this open spot in between, we're going to add the lace. And you can see it's too long, but I kind of want it to extend a little bit. So now I'm going to put another piece of tear and tape in between here, like so. And give it a good hold down and pull. And then rub it down. And then we're going to take the pokey tool there and peel it off. And now that should be sufficient. Let's get that out of the way to hold this down. So I'm just going to lay it on there and press down. And you know what? I'm going to pause it to say goodbye to Gerard. Okay, I'm back. So we have our our ribbon on here, and now I'm just going to trim it off a little bit. Not all the way, just like that. And like this. See, so isn't that cool? So now you can go back over it, because I'm looking at my flower, and I'm thinking it could be a little bit darker. So I'm just going to go in again with my espresso, and I'm going to color it a little bit darker. And then I'm going to show you another trick with the yellow. So we're going to take our aqua painter and just make it wet, and then we'll get a little bit of a, yeah, see how you get a bolder color? That's kind of what I want. I wanted this to pop, and now it is. I mean, faded and old is wonderful, but I also like a little bit of vibrancy. Now we'll just make it wet again. So this is a great trick with your aqua pens. Well, they're not aqua pens. Water painters and watercolor pencils. They have a little bit more control than with your blends as far as like the light and the dark. So that's looking pretty good, isn't it? Maybe a little bit on the little flower yet. Got a little bit of gold leafing on there. Well, you know, it wouldn't be a video with a pampered stamper if something didn't go a little bit wrong. But I think the card looks really, really nice. My thought for fixing this was to stamp on a scrap and then just cut that little piece out. But since I'm not in my own studio, I don't have all kinds of scraps. But what I would do is, I think that this will just, I kind of like it without the saying, actually. I think it was a happy accident. Let's compare the two beside each other. And here they are. I kind of like the one without a saying at all. So I'm going to leave it just like this. I think it was meant to be. This covers up a lot. I don't want to cover up anymore. I like it like this. I also like it. Do you see how my gold leafing is a little rougher on this card than on this one? Yeah. It looks great. I hope that you were inspired to get the linen paper and the watercolor pencils, and of course the Nature's Harvest. So let me know if you want a class kit. They're $25 mailed anywhere in Canada, but if you buy the bundle, if you order the Nature's Harvest stamp set and dies online through me, then you can get the card kit for only $10. So let me know, message me if you want to do that, and I can make that happen. I think I have 4 kits left back home in Chatham, and my team member Yvonne will mail them out for me. Okay? So I hope you have a super day, and remember, there's a couple weeks left. September 30th is the last day for Celebration, and in Celebration, with $60 you spend, you get a free item. So it ends September 30th, and that's also the last date to get the free bonus bundle with the starter kit. So lots of great opportunities right now with Stampin' Up! And I hope that you have a super day. Thank you for joining me. And as always, happy stamping. Bye.